look like an idiot because I wasn't recording.
Did you record for the last class?
Yes. But as always, Ashneet, the afternoon class gets the benefit of all the screw-ups that the morning class had. So when I go through it all with the morning class, if some kid asks a question that I've never, ever been asked, I'm like, holy crap, kid, I got to explain that to you. Then it's in my head, and I cut the afternoon class off before they make that mistake. So if you're ever really stuck, you should always watch the afternoon video, because that has the benefit of dealing with a bunch of things that may have come up in the class. So anyways, we all see how that's two factors, right? So let's expand it. And we're going to, even though you're all brilliant young people and you could all expand this in your head and keep all the like terms where they belong and tell me the answer, even though you can do that, we're actually going to write it out. I. Y cubed plus 2y squared plus 4y minus 2y squared minus 4y minus 8. Gather it up. Y cubed. What happens in the middle? What happens there? Gone. What happens there? Gone. What's left? Minus 8. Now, you are intelligent young people. Cube, yes? Cube, yes? Because that is 2 cubed, yes? Difference of cubes. Yeah? Yeah. Now let's go over here. X cubed minus 3x squared plus 9x plus 3x squared minus 9x plus 27. What happens in the middle? Gone. Gone. What's left? Is that a cube? Yes, because it is 3 cubed, yes. Sum of cubes. Huh? Now, look closely. Here is the shortcut gift. If I start with cube and cube, right? If it's a sum, and I'll work the sum in blue. So it is a sum of cubes, yes? When I break that down, please notice that the first factor, right there, is the cube root of this guy, right? So that and that, cube root. And then notice in a sum of cubes, it is plus the cube root of the second one. Cube root of 27 is 3. Yeah? Then I take whatever x is and I square it. Because x was x, so I square it. It is x squared. Then I subtract x times y. 3x. 3 and x, right? Then I add y squared. Everybody see? Ease bees lemon squeezy, yeah? Now, what if I go to the other side, which is a difference of cubes? Well, I start with a difference, and then you will notice it was both addition. Right? And that makes sense. Why does it make sense? Because this negative takes care of this negative. Because I am cubing. Right? A negative cube will stay negative. Everybody cool? All right, now let's try to put this into practice, and we're going to put in it. It's going to be weird at first because I'm going to do something that is against what you would want me to do. This is our shortcut, yes? I have a negative there. Am I following the pink signs or the blue signs? the pink signs. So I know that my first binomial has to be the cube root of that and the cube root of that. Now I have mixed the order up on purpose, and I have used 1 on purpose, because a great many of you seem to forget in your heads that 1 cubed is still 1, and the cube root of 1 is still 1. A great many of you will automatically say 1 cubed equals 3. I'm trying to break you of that. So, follow the rules. I know when I expand this side of it, that my first answer has to get me the cube, right? So, I must need the cubed root of that, which is 1, minus the cubed root of that, which is what? X. Now you will see in my shortcut, I've used X and Y, but I've purposefully put X here because I get so tired of hearing how you can't do it if the letters are different. Now, the first thing here, I'm supposed to take this term, X, and square it. Well, this is my X from up here, even though it's a 1. So my first term here is that squared, which is what? 1. Then my next term, since I'm following the pink ones, is a positive. And then I do X times Y. Well, there's an X and Y. So there is an X and Y. Even though that's an X, going by my formula, it's a Y, isn't it? What is X times Y? X, because X times 1 is X. So I'm going to put X. Yeah? And then Y squared. What's Y? It's an X. I know, it's confusing. I did it on purpose. X squared. Yes? Everyone is good? Now, do you get to say, Mr. Myers, did I do it right? Did I do it right? Why not? What do you need, Satjo? Negative out front, and then plus plus. Do you get to say, Mr. Myers, did I do it right? Did I do it right? Did I do it right? No, why not? Because the math tells you if you did it right. What is 1 times 1? 1. What is 1 times x? Positive x. What is 1 times x squared? Plus x squared. What is negative x times 1? Negative x. What is negative x times positive x? Negative x squared. Is the middle dropping out? And what's left? Negative 1 times positive 1x squared is negative x cubed. Everybody good? So, this one is a positive, yes? It's a sum of squares. So we're going to use the blue one, aren't we? First step is the cube root of that. What is the cubed root of my first term? X plus. What is the cubed root of my second term? If you don't know, what do you do to find it? You could use your calculator, unless Mr. Myers was being very mean and said it was a no calculator test. Then you'd have to break it down like he taught you. What is it? 8. And then the first one squared. What's that? X squared. Plus or minus? Minus 8x, because it's that times that. Then what? 64, because it's 8 squared. My thinking here is this and this have to multiply to x cubed. Right? I know it's got to do that. And this have to multiply to that. Because I know since it's a sum of cubes, the middle stuff has to drop out. Right? So this one's tricky again, because I got a 1 in there and 1 messes with you guys. Blue or pink? Pink, because it's difference. What's my opening? 1, 10D, because I need a cube root there. Then it's super easy. What is it? 1, 10D, 10D squared? 100D squared. All right, what happens with D? Anything? Anything different have to happen with D? Is that a perfect cube? Is that a perfect cube? Pink or blue? Pink, because it's negative. What is the cube root of that? 3y minus, what's that squared? Then what? 15y plus 25. Yeah? Yeah? What's wrong with E? What's wrong with E? 7 and 7 aren't cubes. So what should I do? If it doesn't work with what I want to do, what is the thing I should make sure I have done? I should simplify that. How? I should GCF that. What is the GCF? So what comes out? Now, can I forget about 7? No, I got to leave it there. But now I have x to the 6th plus 1. Now, just like x squared minus y squared works if it's x to the 4th minus y to the 4th, or x to the 6th minus y to the 6th, or x to the any even number and any even number, what is going to happen here? You are saying, oh, 6th, I can't do it. But you can. Why? What is the cubed root of x to the 6th? X squared. Because that is x, 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 x. 6 x's, I got 2 groups to take out, don't I? So let me ask you this. Is there a cubed root of x to the 9th? Yeah. What is it? X cubed. Is there a cubed root of x to the 12th? X to the 4th. Is there a cubed root of x to the 15th? Okay. Is there a cubed root of x to the 30th? X10. Good. What is common for all of those? They are multiples of 3. So is there a cubed root of x to the 8th? No. Some of you will say yes because you will say 8 has a cubed root. But again, that's learning steps and not what's going on. This is x, 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 x. Group of 3. One group of 3, 2 groups of 3, and leftovers. So there is no cube root there. Does everybody understand? So, knowing what you know and bringing your math expertise of simplifying radicals, you know that this has a cubed root, and I've gone to blue because it is the adding. This has a cubed root of what? X squared plus 1. And then what's this going to be? X to the 4th, because I know my first multiply has to get me to 6, doesn't it? Even if I haven't been given that formula thing, you know that this has to be x to the 6th. Then minus x squared, because it's x squared times 1, then plus 1. And of course, x times x, there it is, and we're good. Everybody cool? Now, in this last one, if I gave you that, easy peasy, right? Right? If I gave you that, easy peasy, right? Okay. So, now you have that. What is the cubed root of that first guy? xy. Plus, what's the cube root of this guy? What is xy squared? X squared, y squared. Minus 4xy plus 16. Is everybody good? Now listen to me. There is like 5 pages of factoring after this. It has samples of all the kinds of factoring that you will need to do in Pre-Calc 11. But I am not, as they say, unreasonable. Do I expect 5 pages of factoring done in one night? Of course not, because I just gave you 3 pieces of factoring and not everybody did it. Here's what is going to happen. We are spending the next 10 minutes of this class practicing factoring. You're going to go home.
Please excuse this interruption. We are about to go into lockdown. This is not a drill. Everyone can go into lockdown. Thank you.
I got it. Leave the windows. I got it.
This is an emergency announcement. A school-wide lockdown is being implemented. All
Phones
students
off.
Immediately back to their classrooms. Teachers lock your classroom doors. No one is to leave the classroom until an all clear is given.
please. Thank you so much for your patience. We've just been notified that we can go out of our lockdown into a shelter in place. If you can, deep breath and business as normal within your classroom. Thank you.
So you're not going to the bathroom for 10 minutes. By the end of tomorrow, up to and including page 64, whatever, the last page before radical equations. By the end of tomorrow, I am giving you all day tomorrow, all class, to work on it, but bear in mind, some of you are going to have questions tomorrow, which means it won't be the whole 80 minutes because I'm going to need to go over some of it, all right? Now, obviously that is a stressful experience. Obviously we're not going to be doing math for the next 10 minutes till they let us out, because you're also not being let out of class because we are in shelter in place. This is our place right now. So whatever you need to do to get your own psyche back to level and even keeled, do so. If that is the orderliness of doing math, do it. If the last thing you want to think about is math, think about it last and do what you need to do until we are allowed to be out of here. All right? I am not going to force you to do anything right now because that is a stressful situation that we have just left. All right? Do what you need to do, but you have to stay in here. So nobody asks for a drink or to pee or anything like that. Okay? All right. Do what you will. You need not sit in your desks. You can talk to each other. I do not care. This is now 100% your time. I care not at all what you do right now. Okay? Because you need this more than I need this. Okay? You all need this more than you need factoring. Okay? Do what you see fit. All of that recorded. What do you mean? I sound like a very caring